Hello students, welcome to this module number 5. Again, we are going to discuss about further topics related to the other materials and material selection chapter. So in that we are going to discuss about introduction to plastics and types of plastics and characteristics of the plastic. Okay, first of all of you know that the plastic every day-to-day life we are using that plastic material, but we don't know how they are going to make this plastic and what are the composition and all, and what are the different types of plastics. So let us discuss one by one. So first one is plastics. So already know that the plastics means is one of the group of polymer that are built from relatively a simple units called as monomers, or we call MERS, through a chemical polymerization process. So these plastics are produced by a conversion of natural organic products or by the synthetic of from the primary chemicals, or generally coming from oil or natural gas or coal. So these plastics have become today and tomorrow materials of choice because of their make it is possible to balance modern day needs of with environmental concern. Okay, so even for generally this world plastics and the word plastics and polymers are used interchangeably, but depending upon the structure and properties of materials. Suppose if the polymer is classified as a plastic, rubber, and fibers, as such plastics are defined as one of the group of polymers only. Okay, so what are the types of plastics? So in general, we have categorized based on the structures. Okay, that is based on that is the thermoplastics and thermosettings. So we'll discuss what is meant by thermoplastic and thermosettings. So the very clear difference between these thermoplastic or thermosets and thermoplastics. So it exhibits, in case of thermosets, what happen? The exhibits the cross-linked molecular structures, and in case of thermoplastics, exhibits the linear and in some of the cases slightly branched structures. That is the main difference. And here in case of thermosets, the atoms are held together by strong primary covalent bonds, but here the van der Waals bond, and the suitable for low and high temperatures, and in case of thermoplastics it's suitable for low temperatures only, and it is harder, stronger and brittle for thermosets, and but here for thermoplastics comparatively very poor, only it is for soft and flexible. Okay, and it shows the good resistance of fluids and solvents, but comparatively it is very poor, and low strain to failure, and but here it is a high strain to failure. Okay, and even for resin cost is low, and this resin cost is slightly higher. So and it cannot be recycled, but here thermoplastic we can scrap can be recycled, and hence it is economical, and it is long cure cycles, but it is short cure cycle. So these are all this major difference between the thermoplastic and thermosettings of plastics. Okay, so let us discuss next slide is characteristics of different plastics. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. So before understanding the characteristics of plastic, then how these thermoplastic and thermosettings are going to be processed. So for these thermoplastics, they are processed under, first one is for injection molding by blow molding, even for calendering or thermoforming and extrusion process. It is going to be formed, and in case of thermoset plastics, by compression and compression molding and resin transfer molding. By these two ways they are going to be processed. Okay, so in the next video we will discuss in detail about the process. Let us look at that what are the characteristics of plastics, that will just we'll look after. For the characteristics of plastics, we have made some points. So first one is the plastics are light in weight, and at the same time the possess good strength and rigidity, and also they have possess the good toughness and low coefficient of frictions. So they have high electric strength and low thermal conductivity, and making them suitable for electric insulations. And they resist corrosion and actions of most inorganic chemicals like oil and grease, and even for the possess a property of low moisture absorption, and they can easily molded to desired shapes, especially in thermosets. And they are have good damping characteristics, and they can be made transparent or translucent or opaque. So these are all the some of the characteristics or properties of plastics, and also having some advantage and disadvantages of this. So that will be discussed in the coming slide. uh, okay. And also it is having a low thermal conductivity, as we discussed the characteristics of plastics. The low thermal conductivity of this suitable of particular process. Okay. So well, back to this one more topic, the concern with the plastic types of plastic. So when the carbon atoms in a plastic material are connected to a molecules of of hydrogen or oxygen or nitrogen, or even though for chlorine and sulfur, and resulting in a continuous long chain of molecules like a string of pearls. So resulting the polymer is we call it as a thermoplastics. Okay, and it is just like a single structure. Okay, and thermoplastics are characterized by uh, being meltable, or they are often on heating and harden upon cooling. So these thermosets includes polyethylene, polystyrene, and even polyvinyl chloride. There is PVC, or even for the polypropylene or nylon or Teflon, etc. So on the other hand, what we are connected with the long chain molecules are cross-linked to form two and three dimensional networks. Instead of a one-dimensional chain, the polymer becomes one grained molecules with a strong covalent bond called thermoset plastics, or just we call it thermosets. Okay, these thermosets plastic are characterized by not being a metal malleable, or they become permanently hard when it is heated, and do not soften upon the subsequent of heating. So this is about the thermosets, and it is generally it includes phenol formaldehyde and epoxy or polyester. Okay, these are all the example for this thermosets. Okay, so these are all different characteristic. There is a forms of plastics, that is thermoplastic and thermosettings. So in the next coming video we'll discuss in detail about how the process is going to be taken place with the different process of plastic we'll discuss, and also some of the applications also we will discuss. Okay, thank you.